All right, and we're back. We got just a couple little cool things to do here. Just two pens on this particular little Premier. Going to be pretty cute here. We actually mixed these up yesterday and came out pretty nifty. A lot better than I thought. So we're going to make a square thing round. Let me back this up just a little bit. And blow her on. And here we go. Nice and smooth. Okay, now let's see what we're going to do here. This is going to be, let's see, this is going to have some, okay, 0.45, 0.54, 0.55, right around there. 5.5 inches long, rounded, pointy, and we're going to have to leave some room because this is going to get, let's see, this one is going to get one end of a screw in. So we're going to leave one of these ends big enough to have a screw-in bushing inserted into it. So let me get rid of this here. Distracting little goodies there. Okay. Woo. That's looking pretty cool. Yeah, I love it, man. That's pretty wild. Okay. First thing we got to do is get our 0.55, 0.54 kind of thing for this lovely young lady. I'm going to take it nice and easy. This is going to be crystal clear with the Blue Ice Dragon. Nice and smooth. Let's see where we're at on the journey here. We are at 0.5. Oh, I lost it. Oh, I lost it again. Stay there. 0.57. We're almost there. Very smooth. Okay, now this end we're going to leave. We're going to angle it. We're going to make it pointy, but we're going to leave it big enough for it to receive the screw-in thread for the diamond painting tip. All right, that should be good right there. down to this end here, and this is going to get the regular rounded pointing on it, because it is going to receive your regular diamond painting tip. Alright, let's measure here. I still think we're a little fat here. Yeah, 0.57. Getting pretty close though. Let's whittle it down there, about right there, and then we're going to go ahead and do this end here. And again, we're taking this down to the normal size, because this one's not getting a diamond painting screw-in thread, like the Diamond Art Club ends. Do that there. We got to trim a little bit right on here, because we got a little something on the end here that doesn't need to belong there. There we go. That's perfect. Now we continue contouring. Alright, that looks big enough to leave right like that, and then we're going to do that right there. And now we're going to measure. We should be okay. 0.55 there, 0.57, got to have a little bit more off of there. That little squared up right there, round it down into there. All right, here we go. Oh, I don't know why I stopped that. Got to go in the middle here. Should be nice right there. Now we're going to contour our belly right down into the center here. Then we're going to shape this little sexy dragon beast into wonderfulness. It's going to be beautiful. Now this particular color combination would not make a great ink pen. The reason is that it's clear. And you don't really want to use clear. Well, you could, but that means you got to paint that brass tube some color. Alright, so if you notice, the ends look a little different. Pretty similar, but a little different. This one's a lot fatter to receive that bushing. And this one's thinner because it just gets a regular diamond painting tip. Now I got to just shape this up a little bit right here, and then we'll be ready to finish it off. Alright, that is perfect right there. I'm going to do a last measurement on the finger holds. Right there we got 0.55, 0.54 and a half. Right there is 0.56. So we got to take just a little off of there. Not very much. Just a little. There we go. That is enough. All right, we're going to pull this banjo back out of there, tilt that to the side, turn the blower off, get our diaper in place. I don't know why my towel's having a hard time. I use the towel to protect the bed from any moisture. And it doesn't really want to play very well. There we go. Let's try that. Nice yellow towel to go with the nice orange chamois. There we go. Let's grab some goodness here. And this is going to pop because it's clear and it's gorgeous. And of course, we pressurize these blanks when we're making them. That way there is 0 bubbles in them. If there is a bubble, it is squeezed into infinity and you can't detect it. I imagine with an electron scanning microscope, you might be able to, but you know, who's got one of those sitting around home? I spend the most time on this lowest grade because if I do, then the rest of it is easy. And you can always tell when you're getting to that point because the sandpaper doesn't make any noise anymore. It is done doing all the sanding that it could possibly do at that level. Okay, there's that one. This is going to be one cool pen. I mean, wild. I had to make a couple of more because when they saw that one, they said, I want one too. I'm like, okay. So we made a couple of more. Okay, the final level of superfine sandpaper here. Just watching this band on YouTube a second ago called the Hindley Street Rock Band or Country Hindley Street Country Club, Australian cover band. They do a really good job. They're having a little Foreigner medley. And who don't love some Foreigner, right? All right, that feels very nice. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to grab our polish. Get rid of some of these little extra goodies on there. Oh man, this thing is going to pop. I can tell already. Haven't even stopped it yet. Spend a little extra time. Because it's clear, it'll show every stinking defect. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. That is wild. It's almost an optical illusion as you spin it. That's crazy. The Blue Ice Dragon. Very nice. Okay, we're going to do the next one now, and then we'll buff them together. This is a typical one we've seen. I actually screwed up the blue on this, and Carrie said, sell them anyway. We're not selling them for the reason I created them, but they're just cool, so we're selling them anyway. Okay, blower on, lathe on, big tools in hand. Here we go. Square thing round. Nice and round. Okay, same thing as last time, except this one gets a screw in on both ends. So we're going to do the rounded pointy, but it's going to be room left on either end to put the Diamond Art Club screw-in threads in. Which is a little service we offer. All right, let's do this rounded pointy part first. Then we'll come back in and see how that's doing. Let me get rid of all that stuff there. Still a little fat, got a little bit more to go. All right, that'll be nice. That'll give us the room we need. All right, let me measure here and see how we're dropping down in on our measurement here. We got a 0.6. So we've got a little ways to go. Let's see, what am I doing? I am measuring. I forgot what I was doing. Reached down there for a tool and didn't know what I was doing. 5'9". Got a little ways to go here. Let's see how we're doing now. Probably still a little fat. Nope, on the money, 0.55. I love when that works that way. All right, let's go to the other end here. And again, both of these ends are getting the screw-in adapters. So prior to buffing, I will shroud these in a cloth, squeeze them in a clamp, re-drill the end to the size for the screw-in threads, and then insert the threads. We saw it on last night's live. All right, let's do a little measurement. I still think I'm pretty fat down here. Yeah, we're at a 0.63. So we're gonna bring this down here for this part first. That shaving sure does make funny scenes on the pen, doesn't it? Like a corkscrew sometimes. All right, let's see where we're coming down to now. Probably still a little girthy. Yeah, not much, 0.6. I'm a chicken when it comes to taking stuff off when I get down near the end. All right, let's see what we're at here. I think we're getting pretty close. 0.55 on the money. I love it. Both ends are perfect. They're the right size. And I'm going to measure the end here just to see where it is there. Make sure they're both the same. Oops. Yeah, it's about a 0.58. And that's about a 0.58. Okay, pretty good. All right, now we do the middle section. I'm going to show Carrie these dragons, and that's going to smoke her eyeballs. She's going to gasp. I can hear it now. All right, now we'll bring this down in here to the curvy middle where the little part of your hand goes to rest while you're diamond painting. I personally think the mustache is the most ergonomic design we do. It's the simplest, but it is the most ergonomic. Beautiful curves in this pen too. Absolutely beautiful curves. I think that's looking pretty dang good. Nice fat ends for the screw-in thread inserts. Those are becoming more and more in demand now. I just ordered 40 more screw-in inserts. That'll do another 20 pens. Okay, blower off. Let me blow all this. It'll... Got it all over the front of me too. Okay, let's get serious here. Get the banjo out of the way. There we go. Get our padding, our water protection from our metal lathe bed. Oops, there goes my paper. Same treatment here as the clear one, except we're not really looking for clarity kind of thing. We're looking for smoothness and no scratches left over from the carving knives. All right, feels very nice. And again, the sandpaper wasn't making any noise, so whatever its job was to do, it's done. See, this one here is hissing at me until it completes its sanding job, and then it just gets quiet. It says, hey, this stuff that you're trying to push me against is the same grit that I am, and it doesn't make any noise because it has worked all of those lines out. All right, feels very nice. Okay. Very nice. Super smooth. Now we're going to reload up our polish on here. We're getting more and more impregnated into our rag, which is good. The stuff doesn't go anywhere. It just gets absorbed into the rag. And eventually you won't even need to add anything to the top of the rag because it'll all be in the rag. All right, there we go. Oops. Okay, and stop. There it is. It is beautiful. Very nice. Okay, now comes the other part, and that is creating the holes for the screw-in tips. So I got to remove all the bushings first. I am going to chamfer this one hole because it doesn't get a tip or a bushing. All right, let's go. Where's my little wrap? My wrapper. There it is. Put my pens down here. I'm going to take this now and I'm going to wrap the bottom of the pen in this cushioning. And then I also have to swap my drill bit. That's not it. That is it. So sorry I don't have any cameras. Oops, here goes my drill bit. Sorry I don't have any cameras at the drill bit, but I shall one day. Maybe have to rearrange it and put the drill bit over there by where I'm working a lot. Alright, drill bit in, tighten down. Make sure I drill the correct end. Alright, got it mounted. Now we just got to get it all lined up. And it's not a perfect science here because we can't place it in the chuck in the lathe because that no longer fits because this isn't a perfectly round deal. That looks like we're going in. We'll go very slow to make sure we're pretty much in the center. And now we're going down in there. We're pretty much in the center. Checked it 2 or 3 times up and down just to make sure. I might be off by 1/2 millimeter, but that's no big deal. Alright, that is enough for the bushing on that pen. Then we'll get the other pen out and wrap one end of it up. Clamp it in the clamp. And then we bring the drill bit down to see how it's matching up. And that actually looks pretty good right there. And I hold this clamp for dear life. There we go, nice and easy. That's pretty much centered. I like it. We're going in. No search and rescue here. We're drilling for oil. Let's see, how much room do we need? That'll do it on that end. We'll wrap the end we just drilled in the rag so as to not scratch the pen. And you know what's funny is you can't do this before you turn the pen because you have to put the bushings in to turn the pen. The actual turning bushings, not the... Okay, that matches there. That's pretty good there. Starting the hole. Looks like it's going down nicely. You only got one shot at this, so you got to get as good as you can. And that looks to be deep enough. Okay, that is good. Now we get a couple of bushings here. Now, first thing I gotta do with these bushings, I need to run the tap through them to ensure that they are nice and clean. Don't want anybody to have to struggle to put their tips in. All right, that is beautiful right there. That went in just as easy as could be. So that's going to go in right there. Let me get out my insertion tool. Here we go. Perfect. And then I'm going to hit that with the tap one more time to make sure it's super clean and ready for use. Boom, slides right in. Beautiful. And I just go back and forth a number of times just to make sure that thread is completely cleaned out. Okay, now I'm going to grab another bushing. And get it started here. Okay, that one's not so easy, so we'll save that for a minute. Here's one here, goes right in. Here we go, that's what we want. And we just work it back and forth just to make sure it's all the threads are cleaned out all the way. Don't want anybody to struggle when they're putting their diamond painting tip in here. Okay, that is beautiful there. We will take this one here, put it on that end right there. Oh, now I dropped it, and I got to figure out which end it was again. That's the end right there. Okay, perfect. Oh, I dropped it again on the table here, so I got to make sure I got the right end open. Nope, that's the right end. Okay, good. Perfect. Right on in there. Now we've got the ice blue one. Let me find another bushing that's nice and clean. That's pretty good right there. When I can insert it with my fingers and don't have to use any wrenches or stuff like that, that's a good one. All right, now insert that in there. Make sure I got that right end again before I insert it, because once I insert it, it's not coming out. Perfect. All right, very good. Beautiful. All right. Little modification on that. Put the tap back in there. Goes in perfectly. Love it. All right, now we will buff these up, and then I'll show you what they look like with the inserts, just in case you haven't seen those before. All right, let's switch the camera. And we'll go over to the, right there, the buffer. So here are the two pens. One's got a regular hole in it. One's got this insert in it. And the other, of course, the other two ends both have inserts. And that's what you'll screw your diamond painting tips into from Diamond Art Club. And others, I'd imagine. So let's load up this guy here. All right, let's come over here and do this. Buff that end up nice and nice. Take off that little edge there. That's why I like to buff them, because it smooths out edge so nicely. can tell when I do the metal ends because I get a little bit of silver in this buffer wheel here. Very nice. Show them to you in a second when we're all done. Beautiful. Yes, ma'am. You want to see this pen here? There we go. 2 dragon pens. Blue ice in clear, and just this regular green dragon in the blue field. Diamond painting tips in both.
That's pretty.
Does that smoke your eyeballs or what?
Golly.
That is too cool.
I need one like that.
Yes, you do. I knew you would. Here. All right. All right, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Here we roll in the outro.